So I have made a lot of different bacons. You all know that for the longest time, I was the veggie bacon guy. I have made daikon bacon and mushroom bacon. I've made seitan bacon. I've made the famous carrot bacon twice. And I actually did make my version of rice paper bacon. Now, one of the most popular veggie bacons that I have ever seen is in fact the rice paper bacon. And it seems like the method that is most commonly used is absolutely the rice paper bacon from Edgy Veg. Now, Candace over at Edgy Veg has made her rice bacon twice. She actually most recently updated her version of the rice paper bacon. Now, when I made rice paper bacon, I made it really different. I used my own method. It came out pretty good, but it wasn't in my all-time top of bacons. It is easy, it is good. It's actually Monica's favorite bacon, but I want to try the Edgy Veg rice paper bacon. Now, recently, after having a conversation with Candace from the Edgy Veg, she wanted to try one of my recipes. She was going to try one of my cheese recipes. I believe the ultimate stretchy, gooey cheddar cheese recipe that I did, and I'm really excited to see what she does. So make sure after you're done with this video, you go over to Edgy Veg, check out her version of my cheese. Today, I'm gonna do the same thing with the bacon. We're gonna make Candace's version. I'm gonna make it exactly the same, how she makes it in her newest video. I wanna see how it is, but I'm just all at once, I'm gonna try just a few other methods. I have a few of my own ideas and I just wanna see how they come out. I'm really curious. Veggie bacons are always my favorite, so let's jump right into this one. Let's make the Edgy Veg rice paper bacon, the most popular veggie bacon on the internet, I'm gonna say, honestly. Now, this recipe is incredibly easy. Really, it just involves some rice paper. Now, these are like the summer roll rice papers, the one they're like firm and crispy, and then you wet them and then you can roll them around some fresh veggies to make really awesome summer rolls. I've also used these to make the vegan pork rinds that a lot of you have made and a lot of you loved because, wow, they are really good. Now, these are relatively inexpensive. I mean, this whole pack of like, I don't know, a few dozen of them was only like $1.50. I mean, these are incredibly inexpensive. They're really easy to work with. You can make a whole lot of different things with them. So now before we get started with the rice paper, let's make our bacon marinade. I'm gonna make Edgy Veg's marinade. I'm really excited. Candace, thanks for doing this collab with me. I cannot wait to see how your cheese comes out. This is gonna be really cool. So let's just start off with the soy sauce. I'm gonna leave the exact recipe in the description below so you can head over to Edgy Veg's website to get the details on the recipe. But we just need some soy sauce, maple syrup, liquid smoke, olive oil, nutritional yeast, garlic powder, and some black pepper. Now, I will say I'm loving like the amounts of things that Candace put into this mixture. This is like a pretty thick sauce. My bacon sauce never really amounts to this type of like consistency that's in here. There's a lot going on, and I really dig that. That's kind of cool. Okay, I've kind of whipped this up. This is thick. Let me give it a taste and see if we got the bacon magic right. Wow, totally see what she did. The bacon that I make resembles more of like your smoky maple bacon, where the bacon that she's making is more of like your kind of like breakfast bacon, you know, kind of makes sense. That is so good. Okay, we're gonna let this sit, let all these ingredients just kind of mingle up together. I'm gonna heat up my oven to 400 degrees, and we're gonna prep a baking sheet with some parchment paper. So now that we have everything prepped and ready to go, let's get this bacon moving. We're gonna try it a few different ways. Now, I know Candace originally used a knife. That's how I've cut mine in the past. I've also cut mine with scissors and didn't really have a whole lot of issues cutting it with scissors. Mine comes out pretty good. I know Candace's, I think we're just a little bit more dry than mine, but I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these with scissors. So we got all of our strips. These are the bacon-sized strips. We're gonna need 2 strips of these too to make 1 piece of bacon. That's gonna kind of help get the texture that's needed, and it also is going to thicken this up to make it like a nice thick bacon slice, you know, what you want. So commonly with rice paper, before you use it, you always have to wet the rice paper. You just kind of quickly wet the rice paper. Now I'm gonna kind of wet them together, stick them together, let them drip dry a little bit. They should form and make a really nice kind of strip here. And then all I'm gonna do is just stick them right into the marinade and make sure that they are covered in this marinade. So I'm gonna take this strip that I have here, we're gonna start on this left side, and then I'm gonna do a whole other separate batch on the right side with a different method. Now, this middle piece that I'm gonna just try really quick, I recently got my hands on some of this, the Delicio, I don't know how you pronounce it, Delicio original bacon seasoning. This stuff was all over the internet a few years ago. People were losing their minds. It is 100% vegan, it is plant-based, and it's kind of crazy, it tastes just like bacon. I will say, just on its own, it does have a bacon-y kind of flavor to it, so we'll see how it works. So we're just dipping these guys in the water. Before I stick them together, I'm actually gonna give them just a real quick seasoning, just so there's some of that bacon seasoning on the inside, and then all I'm gonna do is just kind of season both sides of these guys pretty generously. I just got that in the mail, so I was like, you know what, let's throw it in today's video and see how it comes out. Now what I wanna do here is, I've always been curious, what happens if you hydrate the rice paper in the marinade? Instead of rehydrating it with water first, which is gonna kind of water down the flavor, what happens if we just stick this rice paper right in the marinade, allow these juices to kind of just soak in. We'll do 2 strips like that, just like how there would normally be. We'll see if we can stick these guys together. Right now, these are all looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited for all of them. I think they're all gonna be pretty good. Let's let these guys hang out for just a little bit, and then we're gonna throw them in the oven for 7 to 8 minutes. We're just gonna watch these pretty diligently. Okay, these things smell really good. I'm gonna let them cook for about 30 more seconds and just kind of let them crisp up, just finish up here at the very end. Okay, I am happy with the way these look. Look at that. Look at this. Look at it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna set these guys over here. I'm gonna place them on some wire racks to kind of cool down and crisp up, because they're gonna keep cooking on this pan, but as soon as they go in the wire rack, that's when they're gonna get crisp. I mean, that looks amazing. Look at the curls at the end of the bacon. I mean, I haven't seen a bacon curl up like this since I made my daikon bacon. Now, baby, you have tried every bacon with me. What do you think about the looks of these bacon?
I mean, that looks awesome. It looks like bacon, and I'm excited to try it.
Now, I will say, adding the little stripe like I did with my finger, I think that really made a big difference. Let's try this. This is the Edgy Veg Bacon, to a T.
That is good.
It does taste really good.
This is awesome.
The delicious, the bacon seasoning.
This is good.
Yeah.
A chip.
It's just like a bacon flavored chip, like a very mildly bacon flavored chip. So this version here, and there's no curl. It's actually a little chewier, it's a little floppier, which is odd.
I like this too.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The flavor's stronger. Yeah, this method actually comes out pretty good. It doesn't come out as crispy as the Edgy Veg version, and it doesn't really look as nice as the Edgy version. But if you were to just like throw this in a sandwich or like on a burger, this might be the version. I mean, both of them. Either one of them would work. Well, that's what I got. Thanks to Candace for doing this collab with me and, you know, giving me an idea to try out her rice paper bacon, because I've done so many bacons. So make sure you head over to her channel right now where she tries out my cheese recipe, and make sure you click that subscribe button over on Edgy Veg. If you haven't yet, I'm sure you're probably already subscribed to the Edgy Veg. You have to be.